Hi, welcome back. In the last video, we did the generate render function and we were able to generate this scene and also added the controls, object controls, and I can use my mouse to rotate around the scene. The next thing we want to do is generate the lights. And if we come back here, generate light is enabled. So we have generate lights in this function. And what I'm going to do is also to create functions to generate certain lights. So I could say this dot generates directional light. And usually if I come down here, you'll see that CoPilot is requesting the generation of certain other lights. So I could leave it as this. Let's say what it generates next hemisphere light. So I could remove the rect area light. With these three main lights, it should be fine, which is same. So what I'll do is copy this. Probably comment this out first because it's going to cause errors, basically, because functions are not available yet. So I'm going to copy the generate directional light. Come down here, generate directional light, tap, and it's going to generate. So that Copilot is going to select certain things to create this. So it's asking us to generate object control, which is not what we want. So I'm just going to change that again. Should be generate control, should be generate directional light. So what happened there? Directional light. And then I'm going to copy this into that space, and I'm going to copy some stuff I've done on directional light into this space, and basically I'm getting back the same, but since we've done this earlier, I could just replace that. And we have the same camera renderer, and then we do create constant variable directional light, set it equal to 3 directional light, give a white color, intensity is 1, set the position of the directional light, set the cast shadow on the object, and then add it to the scene. And then we can create the ambient light. And it's going to suggest a few things for us. We're going to ignore that and just go copy and paste what I've done for the ambient light and change this as well to the exhibition builder, the scene equals exhibition builder scene, and ambient lights, add ambient light. I'm just going to copy that to replace this. It's not essentially necessary to do this because obviously this will be a faster step than this. It's just that this approach tends towards consistency across the code, following a pattern in the code as well. So if every method or every function has this at the start, definitely the variables come available for the entire function. But in this case, I'll just reduce it to this and leave it as it is. Wondering then, I guess next thing is to enable that to make it available. The next thing is to create a hemisphere light. I'm going to skip the spotlight for now because it's makes sense to have something in the scene. Then we can add spotlight afterwards. So I'm going to generate the hemisphere light. For the hemisphere light as well, I'm going to paste in some code and change that to exhibition builder. So you have the scene as well, similar to that, create the hemisphere light and then add this hemisphere light to the scene. So next thing we need to do is to add objects. We don't see any light here now because they're an object. So in the next video, we'll be adding objects to the scene and we expect to be able to see them because we've already set the lights on. So basically what we've done here is to create lights by creating a function where we call separate functions for different lights. The benefit of this is that you can call these functions from elsewhere within your code to simply generate those lights multiple times, but then you might want to return these variables because you want to change the position. In that case, if we've called it here right now, we set the position. What if we call this again? It's going to put in the same position, so you can as well return this variable. So in your external function, you could change the position of the directional light. The same thing goes for this. You can return the ambient variable. And same thing goes for the hemisphere light as well. Yeah, so we'll stop here now and then pick up in the next video where we add some objects.